The bizarre connections between the Vegas Cybertruck bomber and mystery drones. This comes from glennbeck.com. You know, one of the biggest challenges I have is that I assume, sometimes very wrongly, that everybody is very well aware of things. And I learned my lesson back during the Hunter Biden laptop days, and it was actually after the Hunter Biden laptop days. You know, that came out in mid-October of 2020, the information about Hunter Biden's laptop, the New York Post story, the subsequent stifling of all that information by big tech. Of course, the intelligence officers, 51 intelligence agents coming out and saying that it was Russian disinformation and yada, yada, yada. I found out later, and we all found out later, that a strong majority of Americans had no idea. A strong majority of Americans. I don't remember what the exact percentage was, but basically they had either never heard of Hunter Biden's laptop or thought that it had been debunked. The vast majority of Americans believed this up until long after the election. After the 2020 election, they were still thinking this. It wasn't until like a year and a half later when New York Times was like, yeah, I think this is true. And the Newsweek or somebody came out, yeah, I think it looks like the Hunter Biden laptop's real. Oops. We were stifling a correct story. We were spreading misinformation, claiming that anybody who was talking about the Hunter Biden laptop was spreading misinformation. Oops, our bad. It's not like we do this every time. Anyway, that should have told us, because to us, to you and me, we were like all over Hunter Biden laptop story from the moment that it came out, right? Well, apparently that's not always the case. And for, I guess, a bunch of Americans, they don't get to hear it. So that's why this story, which I was going to pass on, initially, I was going to pass on it because of the bizarre spelling of bizarre, amongst other things, but whatever, you know, things happen. Sorry, had to dwell on that one. But here's the thing. Apparently people aren't fully aware of what was said during in emails and in manifestos or whatever. So let's recap it, shall we? Let's get this information out there because it is pretty odd. So unfortunately, in recent times, Americans have become far too accustomed to tragic mass shootings and attacks. But the Cybertruck bombing that occurred outside of the Trump Hotel in Las Vegas earlier this month is different. Not only did the method and outcome of the attack differ from the begrudging norm, but the manifesto left behind tells a captivating and horrifying, if true, story that potentially sheds light on the most frustrating mystery of 2024. On his radio show, Glenn Beck highlighted some of the strange and harrowing claims made by the bomber, and he was not convinced that they were just the ramblings of a madman. What happened during the bombing? What did the bomber hope to achieve, and what does his manifesto potentially reveal about our government and the secrets they keep from us? Well, let's start with let's pass the bombing. Let's get to the important part. It's the drones, man. The connection. Where did the mystery drones that have been plaguing the skies above New Jersey enter the story? The bomber claimed the drones are operated by the Chinese and are a part of the same program that launched the spy balloon in 2023. He claimed these drones use a gravitic propulsion system and are the most serious threat to national security due to their ability to transport an unlimited payload with unparalleled speed and stealth. He went on to claim that the drones originated from a Chinese submarine parked off the East Coast. Now, again, I've assumed that everybody's heard that. And if you've heard that, then apparently you're one of the privileged few, because I started asking around, hey, did you hear about the Chinese drones, how the Vegas bomber said the drones were gravitic propelled Chinese drones that could drop bombs if need be? And everybody I talked to said no. So I just wanted to get this story out there, just a quick one, just in case anybody hadn't heard. While these claims appear far-fetched, Glenn pointed out that if he is right about this, we are in grave danger. China or other foreign powers could have weapons of mass destruction parked over every major city, even military installations, or even the White House, and we would be powerless to stop them. We know our government lies to us regularly. Would anybody be surprised if they were hiding world-ending, world-altering tech from us? Trump's election has given us another opportunity to demand answers and learn the truth. And that's really what Glenn Beck does so well. It's what we try to do here as well as we can. We want to get the truth out there. And sometimes that truth is not very happy, not very convenient. I'm not a shock jock. I won't do stories just because of their shock value. There has to be something that can be gained from hearing it. In this case, understanding. that the bomber, whether he was crazy, whether that was real, his alleged manifesto, they say it's real. Okay, the claim is that Livelsberger, Matthew Livelsberger, sent this email out talking about gravitic propelled drones owned by China. He said that only China and the United States are the only countries that have this technology. And he said that that's why it's so hush hush. That's why there's so many questions about them. It's as if maybe they were testing to see what our response was. And if that's the case, then the response was essentially nil, from what I could tell. We didn't shoot them out of the sky. We didn't do anything to stop them. What does that tell us? I'm not trying to be a fearmonger here, but if Livelsberger is correct, then we are in far deeper trouble than we knew we were just last week. That's it, folks. Lord willing, I will be back very soon with another episode. But in the meantime, you all stay strong, stay safe, and God bless.